there's been a lot of reasons why I haven't started my show, you know, from you know, issues that I deal with from a self-worth standpoint and you know,
about you making
anxiety
your own
and so on and so. I always was.
Why
I
don't you
do this shit, bro.
Why don't
I
you
do this shit the same way you do this shit. I'm born to talk,
Yeah.
have conversations, and
But
be
why
a
don't you
podcaster.
have your own show?
It's complicated, bro. It's complicated. It's the kind of shit I talk about in therapy. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm happy to talk about on the show.
But
I've
what's
never
complicated about it? It just seems like it's a contractual thing.
It's not ever that easy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We talking about the relationship between like someone.
No, it's not even that, bro. It's. I talked about this earlier on this episode. As men, we are our biggest battles with ourselves.
Yeah.
Our biggest battles with ourselves. Our ability to succeed or fail in this world is based on how much we truly believe in our ability to succeed.
100%. We were just talking about this before you got here.
And to be quite honest with you, I still, even after 400 extremely, you know, fantastic episodes of you know, one of the coolest shows where we've had the honor of sitting down with so many guests, after hundreds of episodes of my own show, hundreds of millions of views, a best-selling book, kudos from other people in the industry that I respect, and all of these things, I still have a lot to work on in myself in terms of how I look at myself and the confidence that I have in myself. And you know, there have been people who have said, bro, like you're funny, bro. Get on stage, write a routine. Like, what the fuck you doing? Go do stand up. I am a victim of self-limiting beliefs. I always have been. It is one of the things.
Is it related to being like perfectionism, like having it just be right?
Nah, it's deeper than that. I have always had a bit of an issue with myself.
Like just mentally, physically,
mentally. I mean, bro, it's like, dude, like the whole world can sing your praises and tell you that what you do is great, and wow, you're a great orator, you're great at speaking, all of these things. But until you truly believe that, it's almost like remember the movie Inception?
Yeah, I love that
where
movie.
Their fear was that they would not be able to implant an idea into the target's mind because he needs to implant that idea in his own mind or it won't hold.
Yeah.
I feel like that with my own life sometimes because I probably have had more support from the industry than anyone I've ever seen. Every single person, I've never had somebody say no to me, from streamers to porn stars to, you know, to podcast hosts to business partners all over the world. I've been so blessed with my network, right? But until you truly believe in yourself, and by the way, to complicate things further, until you truly are at peace with yourself and are able to overcome the battles that weigh you down every single day, you'll never truly be free enough to succeed at its highest level. I'm very successful right now, extremely successful, and I can continue to succeed on this path. I know you're going to tell me that I'm overcomplicating an issue.
No, not at all. That's not what I was going to say at all. I'm really just curious because like, it's obviously a self-sabotage thing, and I wanted to talk to you about this even before you started talking about this. One of the main topics that I like, just because I like randomly just think of shit as I'm coming into these conversations. I don't plan anything.
That's why they're great. That's why they're great.
I appreciate it, but it was in relationship to just the idea of succeeding and accomplishing things, and how like specifically nowadays, because there's so much stuff that like to stand out, you really have to kind of like be, I mean, it's weird. Like everyone can have a podcast, but not everyone should have a podcast. I think you should have a podcast. But my question is like, just in regards to like the male ideas around our self-worth, and like, cause you mentioned it when we first started this conversation about how as a man, you have to do all of this stuff in order to like have success in life and to sustain success. In regards to that idea in you, why, like, genuinely, just what do you think it has to do with like the past, because you went through something that was so difficult, or because you feel like you're not going to be able to show up and sustain, or is it because like you feel like you're not good enough to have more success or your own independent success? Like, what is it?
Honestly, like something I just recently in the past couple weeks went back to therapy.
I've been doing therapy, for the last few months.
Amazing, good. As well as I started meditation.
Big
as well, yeah. So those two things.
At this point, you have to know.
Yeah.
What it is. Obviously, you don't have to have a perfect picture.
Well, I'll tell it to you like this. In support of the traditionalists and the people that are pushing for that return of that traditionality, one of the things they're very good at, and I bet you Tate is incredible at it, and I know Patrick Bet David is incredible at it, and some of these other people are great at it, is discipline. You can be we always talk about these two things that are needed for success. And they're like, what's more important? Is it talent or hard work? Right? And you can be very hardworking and very talented and still hit a ceiling for success if you can't overlay a discipline mindset. And one of my major faults in life is I'm not very disciplined. I like to believe that I'm a talented speaker. I like to believe I'm funny. I like to believe that I have a lot of things going for me in that department. I surely work.
That's all true.
Right.
Yeah.
I surely work, but I've never been very disciplined. And as a result, I sometimes feel ceilinged in terms of success, because you have to remember, another one of the reasons I don't want to tear myself down too bad that I haven't done my own show yet is because I already have many verticals that are succeeding, right? I have a fantastic, YouTube channel, one of the, biggest podcasts in the world in terms at least of notoriety and sentiment from the mainstream community, and a book, and now I have a burger brand, 1010 burger brand that I'm working on with, people from all over the world. And so I have a lot of stuff going for me. So one of the biggest issues is that lack of discipline.
Is it related to complacency?
Like it can be,
because like I'm already good.
One of the worst things that can happen in your life is that you get comfortable.
Yeah.
It really fucking is, dude. It's I am very, I get a lot of smoke from Jeff and a lot of the other guys because I can just keep, bro. My brand deals are still massive. You know what I'm saying? Like I get massive brand deals every week. I haven't, shout out to my sales team. I haven't missed a brand deal in years. Like every time I put a video out, I'm getting a massive, 5-6 figure chunk of money. Like it's not like, so I can just keep doing that forever. So the complacency is there because it's like, why am I going to go and reformat? But without evolution, we all die.
Oh yeah.
We all fucking die. And to be completely honest with you, here's the other thing I will say, it's going to happen. This shit is fucking happening. I have proposals, like the show's going to happen. The reason it hasn't happened already is because of lack of discipline and lack of just a little bit of a lack of confidence and desire to go and start a new thing. And that's a major pain point in the life of a man.